Hello and welcome to the Yarnings Podcast. I'm Christine and I'll be your host. This is episode 106 and it is April 6th, 2018. It is a Friday evening. It's starting to get dark out there and I am filming from my house in Vancouver, Washington, near Portland, Oregon, where it is a beautiful sunshiny day. It was actually supposed to get to a high of 68 degrees today, which is, I am sure, the warmest day of the year so far here. Which is funny because I tried to film for you guys the other morning outside of my allergist, which you guys have seen if you have seen my Instagram stories. It was 32 degrees on Tuesday morning when I tried to film. And I tried to film from Esme, my wheelchair, but I had propped you up from the selfie stick, and every time I breathed or moved or giggled, the wheelchair vibrated a little bit, and that was just not gonna work. So besides that, my nose was totally red because it was way too cold out there. So that episode didn't make it to the public viewing option. So we are trying again. This is the next possible day that I had a chance to sit down and make an episode for you guys. So I'm getting my roast started here. I guess I could have had that going already. So this is a episode the week of GameStorm. The previous week, I was in California. We went and did a pre-GameStorm weekend. GameStorm is a annual event here in the Portland, Vancouver area where we go to a event that is all board games and other things that are connected to it. And play strategy games, whatever's connected to it, for a long weekend. And we have had some friends that have come up and played with us at different years, and we have gone and played with local friends. Eric has my husband has a lot of local board gaming friends. And so these friends that we have played with on several times are friends that my husband has known from high school, and they have become my friends over the years. And we went and played near the Sacramento area at one of their houses. And so we had a early GameStorm with friends. So this is the actual GameStorm weekend, and my husband is there, and I went and spent a little bit of time there today and played a few games. And one was a new to me game, which is part of a series of games by a game designer. We've played the other ones in the series, and another was an expansion to a game that we own and have played many times, Splendor. And it had, I think, 4 or 5 different expansions in the box, and we played with one that wasn't so great, but a second that would totally make me buy the expansion. So that was very fun to get to try, and I got to see a couple people that I knew and went through the dealer room. And if you look up in my corner over there on top of the neon handspun, this bee lady up here is from last year's GameStorm that I purchased. If I can find the link, I will link to it. But I tend to buy interesting things at GameStorms. This year I didn't find anything in the dealer room. The necklace that I am wearing has Friday afternoon tea in it, which is something that I found at GameStorm. She used to come to GameStorm dealer room, and now she doesn't, but this was from her Kickstarter last year to get her own brick and mortar store in the Seattle area. And I was so very pleased for her. This was one of the things that I had gotten from her Kickstarter. I also got delicious tea. As always, her stuff is delicious. But this is her Doctor's Blend from the Firefly series, and it's got little cornflower blue bits in it. to represent the doctor from Firefly. So, yeah, I've gotten some cool things from the dealer's room, but this year, not so much. I may still go back and play some games on Sunday. We shall see. But it is a fun part of my life, part of the Sagas of Geekery for the Yarnings podcast. To go along with that, of course, I brought my knitting. Now that I have started this row, this is what, as I move my little light here that is helping shine some light on my face since it's dark over here, the light bulb in the closet went out since yesterday. I will need to fix that problem before I sit over here too much. The project that I worked on mostly on my journey and the last few days is my Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman wrap. And you can see most of the logo here. You can see there's the edge of the W, and the ends are long, and I am working on the top border. So I made very good progress on this, and I'm very, very pleased with it. I did non-traditional colors, and it has lived very appropriately in my Kitchen Counter Crafter Wonder Woman bag. This is Fiddle Knits, is the multicolor, and Wilmiza in the purple. I don't remember which base. I'd have to look it up. It has been wound into a ball for a long time. And the Fiddle Knits, I didn't put the label in the bag, but I did put in the bag before the journey. That's the Miss Kitty Fantastico tag. That's not the right thing. That's what was in here before. I did put in here for the journey my little Lego Christine. Let's see if I can get the phone to focus on her. Maybe, maybe not. She is cosplaying as Wonder Woman in her wheelchair, just like me, for the journey and the airport. So I had to take the Wonder Woman Lego minifig that I had and put Lego Christine's face on her, because Lego Christine has green eyes like I do, and Lego Christine's wheelchair from the hospital set. So this has lived in the Wonder Woman bag the whole time I've been working on the Wonder Woman set. And for a little fanciful chatter, I also have Wonder Woman earrings that I got at the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in January, and a Wonder Woman bracelet that I got from bomb.com, this side, bomb.com Geekery on Etsy this year. I guess the end of last year. It's one of those great clip bracelets that I haven't ever had one of these until now, and I love it. So I have been all decked out Wonder Woman-y today and for a few times since then, to appreciate the fun of that while I've been working on this shawl. So this has been the primary project that has been going around with me places, because that seemed like a fun thing to work on during my travels. For a little more fanciful chatter, I got my hair cut. It is very short. I got it cut much shorter underneath, which is really nice for all of the extra mornings that I'm having to get up and do allergy shots. I'm having to get up considerably earlier than my previous schedules were having me do, and so that means getting ready really speedy in the morning. I'm also wearing What If This is ColourPop's Luxe lipstick, which is really, really nice. I'm looking at my planner down here underneath, and it doesn't have a lot on it for this week. This week was a little bit of a rest week because I'm still resting up since the last of my trip, and then Game Storm being this week, I knew that I would need to rest up in order to get to do the Game Storm things. The other knitting thing that I've been working on is my remixed lace sweater, which is growing very nicely. Let's hold it up the correct direction. So there's the top, and there's where the bottom is, and the lace is looking super duper nice. And I have added some increases as I've gotten into this last petal. So the petal is a little larger now, just to give it a little more dress-like as it's coming down over my hips. So that will be really nice. And now I've caught it on my purple from the Wonder Woman shawl, so when I set it down, it's sitting on the floor because it's attached to 3 skeins of yarn because I am doing it in Tarja. And backwards knitting as I do that, which makes me feel super snazzy. So let's see, what else is going on? Coming up, it's my birthday month now. I have not quite figured out all the fun things that I want to do for my birthday month, but I always love figuring those things out. And I'm sure I will have some fun things to report as I get those things figured out. Things that I'm enjoying watching. I am re-watching Person of Interest, and that has been a lot of fun. That is a series that I really enjoyed. I watched it 2 times in a row when I first watched it, but I have not rewatched season 5, and I'm quickly coming upon the end of season 4, so I'm really excited to get to watch season 5 again, because I only saw it the first time on TV. And Arrow, still enjoying Arrow, even when some of the storylines are not as I would be excited about how they wrote them. I still love these characters, and I love the people that I've met because of this show, and so I continue to watch it and enjoy it, and sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's all that a show needs to do to make me continue to watch it. And then we're rewatching the Marvel movies leading up till Avengers. We still haven't seen Black Panther, and I knew we wouldn't be able to see it this weekend, so I don't know if we're going to get to be able to see it before Infinity Wars. They better leave it in the theaters is all I am hopeful, that we will have a weekend that we can go see it, that it will still be here. I'm guessing that they've got to keep it in the theaters between now and then. So those things are all fun. Book of Cooking, we just continue to cook the things that are standbys. And so that's not quite as fun to report, but we continue to cook the standbys because when I'm out of the house one more day than normal, that means a lot more extra resting, and it really leaves about one day of really good cooking that I can do. Nothing too exciting, just thinking about what kinds of things I might want to make special for my birthday month, and I haven't figured out what those things might be yet. Any other topics? My planner is continuing to make me happy. I got some more stamps in the mail, and let me see if I can grab this one real fast. I got a set of stamps that is a sick day set, and it actually has a little hypodermic needle that I've been using to mark my allergy appointments, because if you're gonna go get stabbed twice a week, you should at least mark them with a special stamp. But it's also got fun things like there's a little stethoscope that you can use to do doctor's appointments and silly things like that. So for somebody who is going to see more doctors, hey, you might as well get some rubber stamps to enjoy making your planner be a happier spot and track those things. The things that make a Christine happy. That's all. What I do, I am still enjoying my planner. I'm enjoying the silly little extra washi tapes that I went and grabbed at the day that I went and got my hair cut. I went to the craft store and got a few extra little things. I found a ampersand rubber stamp. I found some washi tape. Just a few little extra accessories just for fun. Things that aren't too expensive but just add a little bit of fun interest to my planner. So I think that being said, those are all of the big things that are going on for me right now. And hopefully I will be back to chat with you again real soon. Until next time, you can follow me around the internet. I am Christine with a K on Ravelry. I am KDLB, just the letters, on Instagram and Twitter. The Yarnings Podcast is on Facebook and Ravelry. You can see the show notes on yarningspodcast.com. And I think those are the primary places of information. Until next time, that's the story. Bye, guys.